Okay, good morning. Today we're going to talk about navigating the MLS. So some of you have taken this class before. I don't know how many of you guys are actually using the MLS or doing searches. I know you two are using the MLS a lot. But sometimes if you don't use it, you forget how to do searches or what features are available. So today we're going to talk about all of those things. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to open up a browser and go to crmls.org. And it takes you to this page. And once you're here, you're going to log in on the top. See this blue button up here? Log into your MLS. Click on that. And I don't know why it's giving me this screen. Let me do this again. Unless they changed it. Okay. All right, so you're going to log in. Most of you have an MLS ID of OC and then a bunch of other letters. Mine's older, so. And
what did yours start with?
S instead of OC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then before S, there was a different letter. I don't know what that was.
That's so you know who's been around for a long time.
Yeah, Jesus. This is, you know what? They said that we're going to have us do this, where they're going to text you, and it hasn't asked me, but it chose today to ask this.
Oh, it asked
Let me get my phone up here. Just there.
You too? I got mine like a week ago. So I just did it. So you guys don't learn.
They don't do that 3 times.
They did a recent.
Really? So you have to do it every morning?
I don't think so.
It's to me now. I think I did it all.
Yeah,
they did.
I was logged in this morning. It's weird that now that I start the class, it's telling me it's going to send me a code. So,
because I've been on this every day since it started here, and I hope they don't ask me every time.
No, it's just going to ask you one time. It should ask you one time. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe if it sees you log in from a different computer or
Okay.
or yeah, different Wi-Fi.
There you go.
So I guess be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
So be ready in case it asks you. It's going to text you or email you. Give the option to send you a code for the what is it?
CRMLS?
Yeah, for CRMLS, but the 2-factor authentication. And then it's going to take you to this screen. We're going to select on click on Matrix here. That's our MLS. And this is pretty much your dashboard. Yours might look different than mine. This might be, you can click on the blue bars on top of each thing, click and drag. You can move them around. So that's why yours might look different because I rearranged mine. You might have this over here or whatever, but this is how I have mine set up. And first thing is we're going to go to settings up on the top right hand corner. Click on your name where it says hello and then your name. Go to settings and click on my information. Make sure that all your information, contact information is correct. And then if it's not, update it, click on save that information. There's a header and a footer, so click on that right here.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Do we have a team name?
No. That's if you're like a team, like
with other people?
Like the Sonia Burton Realty Group or something. You have a few people in your team or the real estate team. So when you click on header or footer up here, you can upload your photo to be included. And I don't know if this shows up on flyers. I see customized personal header displayed on your print displays and reports. So I guess when you're printing certain reports, like customer reports, I'll show you guys what that looks like later on. There's agent reports and there's customer reports. So make sure this is updated with the correct information. Save it. CMA cover sheet. The class I give is on Cloud CMA, but the MLS also does like a generic CMA packet, which I don't like to use because it doesn't look visually pleasing, so I don't use it. But you can update this information as well. Email signature. Add an email signature to it so that anytime you send out an email from CRMLS, it shows your contact information. And here's an example of it. It's pretty much what you have on your email signature on your Gmail or whatever it is that you use. And then One Home. This is the picture and the contact information that's going to show on the One Home portal. And the One Home portal is when you send out listings to a client from the MLS, it's going to send them in a format using One Home, like a third-party service that's going to display the listings more pleasing to the eye, right? So now the picture with the information of the details of the property. You click on it and it'll show you like a full report on the property. But this is what's going to show up on there. So make sure that you update this. Any questions on any of this so far? Okay. Let's click on My Matrix to go back to the dashboard. Let's go over a few things here. They're important contacts. You can add contacts in here ahead of time if you know you're going to be sending emails to any recipients or clients. This is where your auto emails are saved. When you create a search and you set someone up on an auto email, that means that you set up the search criteria. City of Irvine, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, between this price range and this price range, and you set a buyer up on an automatic email. This is where you would go back to modify that search or to end the search or delete it. Save searches. Save searches is pretty much, it's almost like an auto email, so it's the same idea. You're going to save the search criteria so that you don't have to type in the search criteria every time. And this comes in handy. Like, let's say you're going to do a search multiple times during the week. You have a buyer, you're looking for something, and they're not someone that's going to buy right away, but you want to, I guess, look at the MLS to see if there's anything that came up that matches their search criteria. You save the criteria, and then you go to save emails, save searches, and then you're going to click on it, and it's going to give you the results. Come on. It's not giving the result. Oh, click on the link. Click on results. It'll give you the results, and you don't have to go in and do a search like that. This is something I'm going to show you guys in a second. But when you're going to do a search, you have to type in, I'm looking for active. I'm looking for Orange County. I'm looking for Irvine. I'm looking for 3 bedrooms. You have to input all this information, right? So a save search saves you time from having to do all this. You save, every time. If you know you're going to go back to that same search. So let's go back to my matrix here. My listings, it's just an inventory of any listings that you have or have had. Okay, so let's go into, let's go add edit. Add edit is where you're going to add or edit a listing, one of your listings that you input into the MLS. So if you have a new listing, you're going to click on add edit, click on add new listing. Residential, that means for sale or residential lease. And once you click on one of those, it's going to ask you a few things like it's going to ask you the address or the AP number, and it's going to auto-populate certain information from the tax records. But then I actually shouldn't even be teaching this right now because I'm teaching how to navigate the MLS. But let me show you what that looks like, just to give you an idea. When you have a listing, this is what it's going to look like when you click on residential. It asks you for the address. That's all in there already. So basic information. Anything that's highlighted in yellow is required. Okay. And then when you're done with that, you're going to go to description up here at the top.
Will it autofill everything in yellow, or is that something?
No, it's gonna auto-populate like the address, the city, the zip code, the tract number, the lot number, beds, bath, square footage, whatever's in the tax records. But then you have to fill in all the rest. And then for the description, this is where you would write the description about, oh, beautiful home situated in,
Nothing wrong.
whatever it is, right? With views of panoramic views of city lights or whatever it is. So this is where you enter the description. And there's certain things that you cannot use, certain words you cannot use, like you can't use walking distance to because it discriminates against disabled people. You can't say this is a family neighborhood because you're discriminating against single people. So there's certain things you can't use. But again, I'm going too far into this that don't even need to know about this right now. Features, you're gonna have to select what features the property has, and there's a lot of options here. And there's some that are required. It doesn't show you which ones are required now until you submit it.
Okay.
And then when you submit it, let's see. When you submit it, it's gonna say, oh, you still have to answer these questions. And then you'll know that you missed some. And then when you answer those, there's land terms. So this is gonna be information about HOA, fees, what the name of the HOA is. See, there's already certain things auto-populated from the tax records. What type of amenities does the HOA have? Is there a land lease? What schools are in the district? First of all, what school district is it? And then what's the local high school, middle school, elementary school, and so forth. Anyway, so this is what it looks like when you have to enter a listing. So it's a lot of information. And then when we go into what to do when you have a listing class, we'll go into this a little further. You can go up here to realist tax. Realist tax is tax information on each house. So it shows you, we use this pretty much to see who the owner of the property is. So what I do is go to realist tax. Let's say I'm going to meet with the owner of a property. Click on search. I'm going to type in the name of, the property address. You guys have a property address if you want.
1201 West Valencia.
Is it a home?
It's a mobile home.
No, let's do a house.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, what's your listing?
Oh, brain fart, 28, hold on. Hold on. 28.
Can I do it on this?
Yeah,
It's 4071,
4071,
Judy Swindle.
Judy.
Yeah, that's the current one.
Okay, so we're going to select it and then click on search. This is going to take us to the tax records for this property. It's going to show us who the actual owner is, right? So when I go on a listing presentation, I want to make sure that I'm talking to the actual owner of the property that can make decisions. If there's two owners on here, you want to let the whoever you spoke to know, hey, are all the decision makers going to be there for our listing appointment? Because you're going to need two signatures, right, when they sign the listing agreement. It shows you number of bedrooms, baths, square footage, what they purchased it for at the time, when they purchased it, 2011, when it was built, type of home it is, single family, and it shows you history of the sale of the property and when it was in the MLS and so forth. So it was sold in 2011. Prior to that, it was sold in 2006. And prior to that, I think that was it. That's all it shows. So this is how I use this information.
And it says right there that they listed and canceled, right? The very top.
Expired.
Yeah, expired.
And another way I would use this is if I notice that this home is vacant, never seen anybody there, and I have a buyer that's interested in that property, I can look up the address, look up the owner's name. In this case, the owner lives in the property, but if they didn't, it would have their mailing address here. So then I can send a letter to that homeowner, say, hey, I have a buyer that's interested in your property. You know, are you interested in selling? So that's how another way I would use it. Any questions on this?
Mhm.
Okay. Let's go into the search.
Yeah.
Because that's what you guys really want to know about. Oh, there's links here for third-party software, other programs, things like that. You guys can navigate that on your own time, but just wanted to bring that up. But so right now we're going to do a search, right? I'm going to show you guys how to do a search. So I'm looking for a property for a buyer in the city of Irvine, and they want to live close to, let's say, they don't want a particular tract or neighborhood. They just want to live close to the 405, anywhere along Irvine, close to the 405 freeway. So and they're looking for a 3-bedroom house. They don't care if it's a townhouse or single family, just to make it a little more general. And their price, they can purchase up to, let's say 1.2. Okay, so now with that information, we need all this information before we start searching, right? We're gonna hover over search, hover over residential, hover over detail, and click on detail. So we know they're looking for active listings, so we're gonna check mark active, and let's look at coming soon as well, because they're not, you can't see the property yet until it's an active status.
Okay,
Coming soon is pretty much just like announcing it, like building anticipation, right?
so that the agent has the listing, like the
Yes.
contract, and they have not publicly listed yet, but they're putting the system for it.
It's publicly listed, but there's no showings yet. Yeah, it'll show you when it's gonna be active at the top of the listing. When it's gonna be available to show. So we're looking for active and coming soon. And we're looking in Orange County. So we're gonna select it from the list or type it in. And Irvine City. And they don't care if it's single family or, so we're not even gonna select property type on condo or single family, just leave that alone. Another thing that you would probably search is if it's attached or detached. In this case, in this example, they don't care. But if they're looking for single family detached, this is where you would go to select, is it attached? Second here.
So does that mean like
And you
attached
say
to
no.
other houses? Like would they share a wall?
Yeah, so if they say they want detached, here it says property attached, you say no. Okay, in this case, we're not gonna use that, but the price range is up to 1.2 million, so I'm gonna do 1,200,000 minus, that means this price or less. And then they want at least 3 bedrooms, so let's do 3 bedrooms plus. So you can use plus as a minus in this search, and the way you would use a plus is 3 or more, or 3 minus 3 or less, or 3-4 is only 3 to 4 bedrooms. In this case, we're just going to do 3 plus. You can do that with the price. You can do that with the square footage. You can do that with the bathrooms. Let's see. There's 26 homes, 26 matches, right? 3 bedrooms plus, 1.2 million or less in the city of Irvine. That's active or coming soon. What I'm going to do is, because they want to live close to the 405, I'm going to click on map. And I'm going to look to see what homes are close to the 405. And I would consider maybe this close to the 405, these, maybe this one, and Woodbridge. I don't know. I guess that would be
Close enough.
close enough, yeah. So how do you select only these properties? Well, you can do the polygon tool.
Oh,
And you can draw a polygon. So let me show you the different tools. You could draw a radius, which is a circle. Click on this. So click in the center of what your target is and drag it out, and it'll make a radius. So anything within this area here, right? Let me delete the shape. Or you could use the square or rectangle tool. Say I want anything within this area here. And it'll only show me properties inside that box. Or you can use the polygon tool. And with this, you're going to start with 1 click. So I'm going to say, click here, click there, and then click there to close it off. Now it's only going to show me those properties. So now that I narrowed it down to just those properties that are near the 405, nearest to the 405, I'm going to click on results, the top right corner. And these are the results. And what I can do from here, since we're going to send this to a client, we're just going to email this to a client. We're going to select all of them. Let's say we like all of them and they look good. And we're going to click on email here at the bottom. And then we're going to type in the client's email address, client@gmail.com. And then you could send a copy to yourself by clicking this box here. Subject line, homes for sale near the 405. Right? And then you can write a message. These are the homes that I found, the closest, blah, 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 blah. And then you hit send. And then that goes off to your client. Any questions on that?
Yeah, where did you put the address at? Close to the 405 when you entered it to do a search of all the,
Oh, I didn't, I just, I did it on the map. I selected the area around the freeway.
oh, okay, so you
Still,
mapped it.
Yeah,
didn't
so
put
you don't, yeah, you
anything-
can't tell it like, show me properties around the 405.
Okay,
You can say, show me properties, and I'll show you guys this other example, around this property address,
okay,
within half a mile or 1 mile of this property address. So one other thing that I want to show you guys is, now let's say that you want to save this criteria and set an auto email for your client. And what the auto email is going to do is it's going to save this criteria and it's going to send them an email anytime. So the first email is going to have all of these listings. The next email they receive, because we're going to set it that way, is they're only going to get another email if there's a new listing that came on the market within that criteria, or there was a price change within these listings, or a property came back on the market that was in escrow, right? That you hadn't seen before. So here, you don't have to select anything because we're not saving the results. We're saving the criteria.
Okay.
And so the criteria is saved, right? You guys remember we did that? And let me show you again. The active, all this stuff. This is the criteria. Go to results. We even mapped it out and everything. And we're going to click on save. New auto email. And you're going to have to create a contact. So when you create a contact, it's going to ask you for first name, last name, and email address. That's all that's required, right? And then they'll be in your contacts. But for now, let me just send it to Cecilia here. And again, homes for sale near 405, or whatever you want to say, right? And then scroll down. When you scroll to the bottom, this is going to determine how many times they get an email, how often they receive it. The default is they're going to get an email every day in the morning, whether there's a new listing or not. We don't want to do that
you're
because
gonna get one
there's
every
just,
morning?
yeah, that's the default. But they're going to say, you know what, I want to opt out of this. I don't want to receive emails every day because there's nothing there. So
What did he get?
The
What did
same
he get?
thing?
There's nothing in there, just did the same thing.
I think, I don't know. I honestly don't know, but they're going to get an email every day. So if you don't want to do that, you could say, okay, I just want to send them an email on Monday, Wednesday, on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, then they'll get 3 emails a week, whether there's any new listings or not. But you have the same issue, right? So what I like to do is click on as soon as possible. As soon as possible sends them the first email. It doesn't go right. It's funny because it says as soon as possible. You would think it sends it to them right there and then. I think it takes about an hour to send it. So they get the first email and you have to instruct your client to register. Once they receive that email, they have to register for it to initiate. If they don't register, then the auto email is not going to initiate. So they're pretty much creating an account when they receive that email. Username, password, and that's it. And once they do that, then they're going to begin receiving emails anytime there's a new listing, a price change, or a property comes back on the market.
Only those things, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you click save and it's off. Up to the races. Any questions here?
So as soon as you just click save, 1 hour later, it'll send the first email, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to let your client know to register. So again, there was 2 things we just learned. An email, you're emailing a listing, and an auto email. When you just email the listings, the list of listings, it's only emailing that one email with those listings. When you set up an auto email, you're setting up an email for them to receive an email anytime there's a new listing that comes on the market or a price change or back on the market. Now, the other thing we could do is save the search. We entered all this criteria, right? And now we want to save the search so that way we don't have to go in and enter and map it out every time. And we're doing it just for ourselves, right? I want to just search every day. I can click on save, new saved search. New saved search at the bottom. And I'm gonna name this near 405. Irvine near 405. That's what I'm gonna call it. And then I'm gonna click save. So now if I want to, let's say I'm on the home page, I log in, first, logged in, and I'm like, I don't want to enter all that criteria. I'm just gonna go to my matrix. Save searches, and then I'm gonna go to Irvine near 405 and results. And I don't have to enter all that and draw the map all over again or anything like that. And another thing I could do with that is I could save it here on my favorites. So I don't even have, it saves me a few more steps from having to go through all this. See how I have all these saved searches here, like my favorites? I can add that one to the list. So I'm going to go to save searches. And I'm going to click on, where is it? Did I? Irvine? Settings. And I'm going to click on enable as favorite search, save. And now when I go to the home page, it is right there. If I know I'm gonna click on this every day, I want to save it here because once I log in, I can just click there. And there's the listings. So I find this very
So
useful.
will it save the new ones that come about too? Like, that was your original save searches that you sent the first time?
Yeah, but this, what I'm saving is the
Oh, the
criteria.
criteria, okay, never mind. Yeah.
So
It's not the
I
stuff.
wanted to show me active and coming soon. So it's only gonna show me active and coming soon. If something went into escrow, it's not gonna show me that. It's only gonna show me what's active or coming soon.
So it'll pull up all the new ones with the old ones?
Yeah,
Every time?
new ones, yeah,
Oh, okay.
The email, the auto email that goes out to the client.
yes,
Is there a BCC that comes to me too? So I know.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, it's automatic. Let's see here. What else can let's go back to the home page. So this is useful if you're farming a particular neighborhood or maybe two or three. You can save them because you can click in here every time you want to, like every day. I would click here every day. Is there a new listing in my farm area that I should know about? It'll show you. Right?
How would you know unless you like remember it? It'll be because they're stored by like when it's
Because when you see this every day, you're gonna remember which ones, and then plus it'll show you how many days it's been on the market. And that's another thing we're gonna go over here. Let's take this time to go over that. So here it says days on market. This is 1 day on the market, so you'll know that's newer. So thank you for bringing that question up because now we can talk about this. So this is a display that it shows you, and it's the agent one line display, as you guys can see up here, right? So in the agent one line display, it shows us the listing ID, which is the MLS ID for that particular listing. This is status, so it's active. If it was coming soon, it would be C for coming soon. If it was closed, it would be if it was sold, it'd be, God, is this
I
S?
think it's this for sold.
S
yeah.
for sold, and then if it's expired, it'll be X. If it's canceled, it'll be K. If it's an escrow, it'll be P for pending. So let's keep going here. Subtype, this is condo or townhouse, single family home. This is the type of home it is. And then the /A is attached, or if it's D, it's detached. And then street number, so that's the number address, the street name. The city, this is Irvine. The area, so areas are pretty much neighborhoods. And Irvine, you guys of course know that Irvine's separated by neighborhoods. There's Woodbridge, there's West Park, there's North Park, Northwood, Oak Tree, all these different neighborhoods. Not every city has that. There's some cities are separated by Area 71 or North or West Costa Mesa or East Coast, whatever it is, right? So Irvine, I guess, has a bunch of different neighborhoods, but also within those neighborhoods, there's tracts. There's tract names. And here it says what type of sale it is. This is a standard sale. There's also foreclosure. There's also probate. I think those are the main ones. And then list price versus close price. In this case, because they're active, it's only going to show you the list price. If we were looking up closed, it'll show us two prices. It'll show us the listed price / the closed price. So this first one could be listed at 1.2 million, but it closed at 1.27. It'll show that number. And then this is price per square foot. And you guys know how to do that, right? You divide the price by the square footage, and that's what you get there. And then this is number of bedrooms, is the first number right here. And then / bathrooms. Yeah. So there's 4 different spaces here, 4 bathrooms. The first one is full bathroom, so there's 3 full bathrooms. The second one is 3/4 bath. The next one is half bath, and the last one is quarter bath.
Yeah.
So in this example here, this is 2.5 bathrooms. This one is 1 3/4 bathroom.
What's the definition of quarter?
Good question. So full bathroom has a shower and a tub and sink and toilet. And 3/4 bathroom, shower, no tub. Shower, toilet, and sink. And then half bathroom has just the toilet and the sink, right? And quarter bathroom, I think, is just a sink. Yeah, I haven't seen quarter bathrooms.
There's one right there. Like, that sounds like quarterback.
This one?
Yeah.
Let's
Can we see
see.
the
I'm
picture?
interested. Yeah, that's
Yeah, maybe it's just the toilet, you can't wash your hands.
yeah, that's interesting.
No pictures?
Of the quarter bath,
Yeah,
it's not a selling point. I don't think they want to show
no,
that.
I know, but don't you wanna see it, just out of
They're not.
curiosity?
They're not gonna have a picture of the quarter bath.
They won't?
No. You guys want to see? Look
Yeah.
to see if they have it.
Come
Let's
on.
35 pictures. Okay. Let's see. You'll probably see the master bathroom, but not. Let's see.
Okay, there's,
This is. Okay, that's a full bathroom because it's got the toilet, the sink, probably has a shower in there. There's another bathroom.
it can be the same.
Maybe they just entered it wrong.
Yeah, they
Let's see.
both have a toilet and a sink.
Bath. Bath. There's 3 bathrooms right there.
And this is, what's WC over there? Is that a,
I don't know.
maybe there's a new house?
Maybe that's where the washer and dryer are.
Oh,
I don't know. That could be. But anyway,
Yeah.
I guess it's not going to show us. All right, so let's go back. So that's what this display is going to show you. And then let's keep going here. It's going to show you square footage, and then the source. So / whatever the source is. The A is for the assessor. P is for public records. B, I don't know what B is for the builder. Yeah, and then I think there's one for per the owner. So you have to label where the source is. In your case, your listing says per public records
Mhm.
or assessor.
Yeah.
So you didn't make that up. You got it from those records. And then year built. And then lot size. So this is acre / square footage. So it shows you, it's kind of weird because it shows you, oh no, that's it. The acreage number and then the square footage. Is this backwards on this one?
it looks backwards, right? It's
Yeah. Yeah, because like this one, it's what, 1,000 square feet, but then the acre is 0.23. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I noticed that once where it's like,
Oh.
how can the house be bigger than?
No,
my
you know,
house?
no, you know what it is? Because these are condos. That's why it's gonna show like that. They don't have their own independent lots. It's gonna show you the whole condo community, the square footage. Yeah,
Let's see.
okay.
First,
Well, just in general. And then here, it's a days on market. And then the next one is cumulative days on market. You're gonna see some that have different numbers. The first number is different from the second number, like this one. That means that this has been on the market for 196 consecutive days, but at some point the contract expired. Then they brought it back on the market within 90 days, which now they changed it to 30 days, but within 90 days it came back on the market. So it continues the days, the active days on the market. And let me show you the example. So this is pretty cool because this tells a story of the listing. So if I click on the cumulative days on market, it tells you it came on the market January 3rd, but before that it expired on January 1st. And then before that, there was a price change from 115 to 113. Or $1,150,000 to $1,130,000. And that happened in November. And then it also shows you that it was active and was canceled in September. And it's the same agent that listed it. See, that's their MLS ID. So it shows you who the agent was. Down here, there was another agent, but this, yeah, they used a different agent here. And this is what they came on the market at, 1,170,000. They canceled it. So this tells you a story.
How did you get entered them to?
I clicked on the days on market right here. Yeah, I clicked on the second one, on the cumulative days on market. Let me see if the first one shows the same thing. No, the first one is only going to show you whatever happened during the current contract, but what the cumulative days shows you everything. It's pretty cool, right?
So you can't just like change it and then start over again, so people can see, gosh, it's been there for like 200
Yeah,
days.
so before, prior to this year, you had to be off the market for 90 days, like either canceled or expired for 90 days, and then you can put it back on the market and it'll start with 1 day, 1/1.
Okay,
If you went back on the market in 30 days after it expired, it would show 1/ whatever your contract was before,
Okay.
plus today. But you had to wait 90 days to do that. Now they changed it to 30 days, which is much better.
so after 30.
So it
days,
resets at
right,
30
right.
days. Yeah. All right, so this is this display. So there's different displays, right? So let's say I want to look at more information. I can go to agent full, which is what we looked at for the listing. Let me uncheck that. So this, when you click on agent full, it shows you the full report for that listing. Again, you can either scroll through the pictures here or click on the picture, enlarge it, and scroll. It shows you pretty much the same information that you saw on the one line report. It shows you status, price, address, bedrooms, bath, square footage, all this stuff, right? But it also shows you, look at this. There's an open house this weekend, Saturday and Sunday from this time to this time. And let's see, it shows you a description that they wrote about the property, things that are excluded from the property, things that are included in the property. The area is Oak Creek and the tract is Montilla. Let's see, parking situation, what type of rooms, what type of heating and cooling. So there's more information about the property. Let's see.
Is that stuff that we have asked the owner for?
Yes.
Since that's not gonna be in the.
Yeah.
What if they don't know it? We'd have to just look that up ourselves.
Yeah, so when we do the class on entering the listing to the MLS, I recommend that you print out the last MLS printout from when it was listed and sold before. That gives you some information. Pull up the tax record because that has some information. It's all these different things you can use. Appliances, so forth. Let's keep going. You guys can read through all this. HOA, is there an HOA? There is. And how much is it per month? There's 2 HOAs here. This is the name of one. This is the name of the other one. And here's phone numbers for them. If you have any questions about the HOAs. And what amenities are included in the HOA. That's what's included. And let's keep going here. Schools, remember we talked about schools? It's in Irvine Unified School District. The elementary is Oak Creek Elementary. Middle school is Lakeside and high school is Woodbridge. That's another search you might want to make. You might have a buyer that says we want to be within Woodbridge High School boundaries. We only want to buy within the boundaries because our kids are going to go to Woodbridge High. So you can do a search for that. Tells you when the listing went live. Let's see. It shows you showing information. There's a super lockbox on the property and it tells you here where it's located on the house. Is it vacant or is it owner occupied? Here it says the owners living there. Showing contact, if you want to see the property, you're going to text this person or call them. Here's the person that you call. And you can also schedule it using showing time. Showing time is pretty much like a calendar type app that shows you what time slots are available. And once you select the time slot, it reaches out to the listing agent. The listing agent has to approve it, and then you can show the property after they approve it. So there's different ways. So make sure that when you're going to show a property, you read the showing instructions. In this case, it says no showings until open house. So You can't show the property until after the open house this weekend. Super lockbox looks okay. And you should never show a property without getting permission. Okay,
I have a question.
yes,
So I had a guy that wanted to show the house on a Friday.
Yeah.
And then he said, hey, can I come at 10? I said, sure, no problem. And then around like a little while after said, oh, I can't go after all. I'll let you know when I'm going again. And then he went on Monday and didn't say anything. He
yeah,
didn't let
see,
me know.
that could be a problem because if your clients are living in the property, or maybe they have, they need to prepare, do certain things before showing the property,
Yeah.
they're not supposed to do that.
No.
That's 2 violations there that could cost them about $3,000, $1,500 per violation.
Oh, really?
One for entering the property without permission, and the other one is, God, what was the other one? There's two violations associated with that.
Yeah. So my friend said, hey, somebody's at the door because she has a ringer. And then when I looked at my email, it was him.
And let's see. So showing instructions, make sure you read the showing instructions. Some people might ask you to text them for permission. And like a date and time and a copy of your business card. And they'll say, okay, go ahead. Some are gonna say, go use showing time. Some are gonna say, let me check with the owner. Or there might be different things here. And then down here in this section, it shows you who the listing agent is, what brokers they belong to, their contact information, phone number, email address, and all that. So if you had any questions about the listing, you can reach out to the listing agent here. You can either text them or call them here. So this is the full report. So this you should never show to your client. Because it might have codes in here, gate codes, things like that, that they're not privy to. It might have lockbox combinations that they should not have. So this is only for agents to see. If you wanted to do the customer display, you can go up here and do the customer full. And now this shows only the information that they're allowed to see, which is most of it, but it doesn't have the private remarks, the agent showing instructions, any codes or anything like that. And then at the bottom, it's got your contact information. It doesn't mean you're the listing agent, it's just your contact information at the bottom of it. So there's different displays that you can use. There's, the agent short display. So it shows you like a brief description of it, and then the next one, and the next one.
The emails that go out, the auto emails?
Yeah.
Does it show the customer full? Is that the one we?
No, it looks nothing like this. It's a different portal.
Okay,
That's the one home portal.
okay,
It's more visually pleasing
okay.
than this. This is.
Right.
Okay, so now let's do another search. So we're gonna go to residential detail. And let's say my client wants to live within 1 mile of their parent because they're older and they want to make sure that they're close enough to, if there's any emergencies, they can go to the parent's house, right? So I'm going to click on active, again, coming soon. Orange County, Irvine, and I'm just going to do a radius search at this point. We want to do a price, I don't care, 500 minus less. And since I have a family, I want 3+ bedrooms. And here, this section right here, I'm going to type in an address. So I'm going to do 32 Sutton, Irvine. And that's where my grandma lives. And I want to live within 1 mile of my grandma. So I have to look to see what properties are available within 1 mile. And see down here, it says there's 4 matches. If I click on the map, it's going to show me a radius around, that's grandma's house, that red dot. That's grandma's house. So there's 4 properties available within 1 mile of that. I can click on this and stretch it even further. Maybe, hey, half a mile is not going to make a difference. So let's go at half a mile. So here it shows the CSS in the middle, says 1.01, and it keeps changing. I can change that to 1.5. And now it's 1.5 miles, give or take. So now there's more options. Or if you want to do a quarter of a mile or whatever it is, you can say, okay, I just want to live like within that distance. Right? And then you can send this this out. Any questions on any of the searches?
I have a, oh, good.
Can you search the number of like floors in the house?
You can.
You can.
It should say levels, I
You need to
believe.
go down,
Yeah, throw down.
go down. Yeah, the levels, the right.
Right here.
Oh,
It could be
it's
2 levels, split, whatever, 1 level, let's say we just want a
okay.
single level. You could do that. Let's see. Now, let's say, let me clear this. I have, yes,
So what if you're looking for a particular address? The best way you went to, realist
are
tab.
you looking for the address because it's listed and you want information about it, or you're looking at the address for what?
You're looking to see what the previous, realtor listed when it sold.
So it's, okay. So if you're looking for, okay, that's a good question. Let me go back here. Let's just go home. We're gonna go to the home screen. I just want to look up a past sale of a particular address.
Yes.
What I can do is I can just click here and type in the address, only the street number and street name, that's it. Hit enter or search, whatever. It's gonna show you anytime that house has been sold and entered into the MLS and sold, or any history of it, that it was canceled or expired or whatever it is. So if I click on date here, it'll sort it by date, and I want the most up to date, the most recent one at the top, which is 2021. And if I click on that, it'll show me, you wanna see how much they sold it for? Or who the listing
The
agent was?
original, yeah, what, I mean, you want all the information from the previous.
Yeah, so if you wanna use this you're gonna relist it, there's information here you can use.
So what if there's a number attached, like, just, it's not just the address, there's like a unit number? Can you
It's gonna
check
show
that?
you everything with that unit number. So that's that's one way of searching. So let's go back to the homepage. You can also search it over here, street number, street name. And if there's a unit number, you can enter the unit number right here, and it'll search for that property. But the difference between search here
Mhm.
and search in the search bar, the search bar only searches anytime it's been on the market for sale or sold or anything like that. This bar over here on this section will show you results, give results anytime it's been on the market for sale or for lease. So you're gonna get more results if the property was for lease at any point.
So what is a hold and withdraw?
Hold status means that you can't show the property. It could be for various
So it's
reasons.
still active?
Well, active means you can show the property.
Okay, okay,
It's still on the market, but it's not active.
okay.
So its hold status means you can't show the property. And again, so there's various reasons for that. Maybe the seller's having some repairs done. So we don't want anybody coming in because we need to finish some repairs. So we just found out about it, even though we were on the market for a month. There's like the roof is leaking, so let's put it on hold, let's fix this, and then we'll go back on the market. Or maybe for the holidays, maybe the seller has family coming in from out of town and they're staying at their house. And they have a big Christmas tree and they have all these gifts and they have all these people. It's too crazy to do any showings, so let's put it on hold for the holidays. And then we'll put it back as active in January after everybody leaves and we take the Christmas tree down. It could be various reasons why, but it stops people from showing it.
How about withdraw?
Withdrawn means that, so let me give you an example. You have a listing and it's for 1 year. And then 3 months into it, this is the example I'm giving. It could be other examples, but let's say the seller, they find out that their cousin is a realtor. And then they tell you, hey, I want to cancel the listing. You're like, what's wrong? Oh, it's because my cousin's an agent and I want to get the listing to them. Say, well, they say, I want to cancel it, take it off the market. Well, okay, I'm not going to cancel it, I'll take it off the market, but we still have a listing for 1 year. So what you would do is you change it to withdraw status. That means it's not on the market, but it's still under contract with you as a listing agent. So that means they can't list with anybody else until your listing expires.
And so nobody will go see it
Well,
for the rest of the
No,
year?
well, they can't see it because it's withdrawn.
Yeah,
So you can't show the property. Withdrawn means it's not on the market anymore,
Mm.
but it's not expired or canceled.
Yeah.
It's still under contract with her as a listing agent. So what happens then is if the seller decides to still list through their cousin and pay them a commission, guess what? She's still entitled to commission too, because she still has a contract with that person. So now the seller owes 2 commissions.
Mhm.
So that's an example of it's withdrawn. Mr. Seller, I'm not gonna cancel it because we have a contract, but I'll withdraw it from the market. But you can't sign with anybody else, because if you do and sell it, I'm entitled to a commission.
Right.
In the case, let's suppose that they use their cousin as a realtor,
Mhm.
then that cousin will kind of create the new listing.
Yes, but they can't, they might get I don't know if they might get a violation for that, because you can't enter a listing into the MLS, there's already a listing. Right, it's already under
Oh, they
contract, and
can.
then the cousin knows that they're under contract.
Okay.
So that might be a violation, but if they do enter the MLS, the listing into the MLS, maybe it doesn't allow them to, it'll tell them there's already a listing. I'm not sure, I haven't done that, so, or maybe it'll allow him to do it, but if he sells it, you still get a commission.
Yeah, very people.
Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, and then, yeah. So let's see. What else? Okay, let's do another search, and this time, we're gonna say. Yes,
No, no.
go ahead.
I'm just like, I kind of listened this one, like in the very beginning when I joined.
Mhm.
But it's like kind of refreshing, because sometimes I kind of, oh, did I learn this
Yeah.
last time?
No, but there's sometimes the question doesn't come up, or maybe it's not in the outline of what I'm gonna discuss, but I'm glad that these things come up, because when you take it over again, there's something
Yeah.
new. You know, remember I told you that you might learn something new in the next time you take it?
Mhm.
So let's do residential detail, and then let's say somebody wants to purchase a house uh, in, let's say in West Park in Irvine. So we're gonna say, I want active coming soon, Orange County, Irvine. And then we're gonna go down to the neighborhoods or the area, and we're gonna say West Park. And then within West Park, they want to go to Trevada. So let's go there. And I want to live in Trevada because I like the name, I like the neighborhood, whatever it is. Then they have to live in this tract. Then you click OK, and there's no listings in Trevada. Zero.
It's so popular.
But it narrows it down, and let's see what it looks like on the map. It didn't even show us. It's supposed to show us like on the map where we're searching. Let's do a different one. Let's do results. Let's do a map. So it shows you where West Park is. Well, so this is West Park. And I don't know where Trevada is. Maybe it's like in here, and there's no listings in here. But that's what that looks like. Now, let's go back to search again. And so this is not just for active listings or coming soon. You can also search past sales in the neighborhood. So let's say you want to do a market update. And a market update consists of closed sales, right? So I'm going to do a market update to send out to my marketing, to my farm area. And I want to see what's sold in the month of December to advise the homeowners, hey, this is what closed in December. So I'm going to say 12/1/2025 to 12/31/2025. Show me everything that closed in the month of December in Orange County. This time, let's do another city. Let's do Orange. And this is the city of Orange. And then see how it doesn't have the neighborhoods named. It has like Old Town Orange, or all these different. Let's say in Old Town Orange, show me everything that's sold in December. And then I click on, let's go to the map. Just I want to see where this is. Okay, so this is the Old Town Orange area. Maybe this is my farm area. So now I can click on results, and I'm going to send this out to my farm area saying these are the properties that sold and how much they sold for. So a market update that I would send out consists of the property address, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, maybe price per square foot, and then sold price. And when it's sold, what date. So December 1st, December 15th, whatever it is.
So if it's not my listing, I just kind of give
Yes.
them the information about the area, the neighbor areas sold price.
Yes. Were you here for the class last week?
I was in online.
Do you remember the disclaimer? It says information obtained from the MLS and the agent providing the information may or may not have been the listing agent of the property. There's a disclaimer
Okay.
that says, yeah, that says, I didn't sell, I'm not saying that I sold these properties, I may have, but I'm not saying I did. I obtained it from the Sierra MLS from December 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025, and this is for informational purposes, so
Where can we get that disclaimer?
I can email it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I'll email it to you, and then, you cannot advertise active or pending listings. But you can,
It's yours.
if it's yours, you can. But if it's somebody else's, you cannot, but you can. And if you do, this is kind of confusing. You have to include the broker's name and agent name of that listing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put somebody else's name on my flyer. So I'm not gonna do that, because it's promoting the other agents, you know? So you can if you want to, but if you want to include active listings and pending listings, you have to include who the brokerage is and who the listing agent is for that listing. So you can, but you have to include that. All right, so you guys are experts at searching now, right? You guys know how to do searches? Any questions on this, on how to do a search? No?
I have an address that doesn't come up on search.
That means it was never listed
Oh, it
for
does.
sale. If you enter an address in here, that means it was never
listed.
listed in the MLS for sale. Maybe it's sold off market. Or maybe it was transferred from father to daughter or whatever it is, and it was never in the MLS. So if you don't see it in here, that means it was never listed in the MLS. And this only goes back so far, so there might have been a sale previous to this database starting that this database doesn't have.
But that goes,
The database. Then?
I don't know how far back it goes. But I remember that there was a time where the MLS was a book each month of printouts of each listing.
Yeah.
You didn't have access to computers.
Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't update it.
They updated it once a month with all the new listing,
paperwork.
yeah. And then, yeah. So, okay, now you guys are experts at searching, let's go back to the search, let's go back home. So the different types of searches, there's the search for sale, which is residential. There's residential income, which is rentals, like you want to buy a property with 2 units, 3, like a duplex, triplex, fourplex, things like that. Or a house with an ADU that's being sold as an income property, maybe it's a rental, you can search this way. And if you were to do like a detailed search on residential income, so you can do everything the same, right, that you did before. But here you would say, how many units? I'm looking for a duplex, so only show me properties that are 2 units, that are duplexes. And then again, Orange County, city, and then price range. You're not gonna enter bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, anything like that, right? I wanna look at everything that's on the market, because you're not gonna have as many duplexes on the market as you have single family homes. So I would just show me everything in the city of, I don't know, Orange, that's 2 units. And it's gonna show me like 3 or 4. So if you're looking for that, I would just don't narrow it down too much, just be general with the search. Any questions on this? Okay, so the next one is land. Oh, sorry, residential lease. This is if you have a tenant looking for a rental. This is where you would find houses for rent or for lease for them. And you would do the same search. Let's see, land. Land, there's not that many listings for land. You might find,
not here.
well, you might find some. If it's residential land, there's more commercial or industrial type lots that are available. But for land, some realtors, residential realtors list them for sale. But for the most part, when you see land opportunities, it's with commercial realtors. And there's other websites for that, like CoStar is a commercial real estate MLS system.
Do we have access to that?
No, you have to pay. That's more expensive. I think it's like they said something like $700 or $800 a month for that MLS. But you're gonna find some land.
Is that for people that want to buy a piece of land and build on it?
Yeah, like let's say they want to build a shopping center, or they want to build
A
an
shopping,
apartment
not a
complex,
house.
or apartment complex, or yeah, here you're gonna find lots that are like big enough for a house, right? You know,
Okay.
with a good sized lot, whatever it is. But whenever you have like bigger plots of land, that's gonna be more commercial, and you're gonna find that on that other website.
I'm sorry, but what is the difference between the stuff we have here and on Zillow? Because a lot of the clients are just gonna go to Zillow to look up all this stuff. Is it pretty much one-to-one the same or?
For the most part, so everything that's entered into the MLS
Oh.
is distributed
Right.
to Zillow and all the real estate websites. But there might be a for sale by owner that just goes to Zillow and adds their listing.
Okay,
So that could be the difference.
I see. So Zillow might have a few more that it's just for sale by owner.
Yeah. And then you have manufacturer, this is like mobile homes. And then you have commercial, again, you're gonna see some commercial here, but most commercial is gonna be like on CoStar or LoopNet. And disaster relief rental, haven't searched that. Cross property. This searches everything. So it searches residential income, residential lease, it searches everything. So if I want to search for everything that's available for sale in a particular area or neighborhood, it's going to show me what's available for lease, what's for sale, what's income property, things like that. And not just individual like that. Open houses. This, if you want to look to see if there's any open houses in your neighborhood or a specific neighborhood this weekend, you can do a search here. Let's say I want to find out, is there an open house on Saturday and Sunday in Orange County, let's say Irvine. And it tells me there's 234 open houses in Irvine. Are you kidding me? No way. Okay. Now let's say area. Let's say I want to look in, we're in West Park, so just show me what's in West Park. Okay, there's two. There's two in West Park. So, and that's here around the office. Yeah, that's here around the office. So there's only two open houses, and it tells you when the open house is. This is on Saturday from 12 to 4. This is on Sunday from 1 to 4. Two different listings. So if you want to do an open house search and go visit open houses, when you guys are new, I encourage you to visit open houses, see how they're holding the open house, how the agent's conducting it, just what the process is. Maybe sit and talk to them, ask questions, whatever it is. But just get experience, because that's you kind of going into viewing the properties, you're previewing the properties. You walk in, give them your business card, it lets them know you're an agent, and then maybe they'll chit chat, whatever. But you walk to the house, and you can do that. You can preview the listing. Maybe you have a client that's interested, and you want to see the property before you send the client or before you show the property to the client. So go around, visit open houses. And then when you guys have the opportunity to hold an open house, you'll see how it's done. You'll know how it's done. Public record, again, this is a tax record, like real estate tax, like I showed you guys earlier. Let's see. I think that's everything that I think you guys should know to search, to be able to email to your clients, save searches, things like that. Any questions? No? One at the end, I know you have a question.
No, I'm just because clients just go on Zillow, right? And I feel like they do all this on their own already. I'm just trying to think, I was just kind of thinking like, how am I gonna bring value on using this versus them just kind of like looking at Zillow all the time,
Sometimes they don't have time to look,
Uh-huh.
or they're like, maybe they're not doing the right type of search,
Okay.
right? And they're sifting through tons of listings before they know what they like, right? So you can narrow down exactly what they're looking for, where they're looking for, how much they're looking for, and then just send them those listings.
Not just look at every little thing.
Yeah.
Put them on the auto email.
Yeah, so yeah, you can put them on the, so here's the thing about that. And this is something I bring up in the class of working with the buyer in the purchase process is make sure that when you're working with the buyer, that you make it clear as to what type of emails you're going to send them, or what they want. So here's the options. Mr. Buyer, I'm going to set you up on an auto email. I can do two things. Like set you up on an auto email that's going to send you everything that's on the market within this criteria. And you might get a pool home, even though you say you don't want a pool, and you might get something that's that doesn't have a downstairs bedroom, because sometimes agents enter the information incorrectly. So you might get all of that. So don't be upset if don't say I didn't listen to you. Why are you sending me this? So just so you know. But when you do that, sometimes you come across something like, oh, I didn't think I would like this, but I like it. So yeah, send me everything. Or the other option is I can search the MLS every single day and send you exactly what you're asking for and only that. Because what happens is sometimes buyers will tell you, they'll get upset with their agent. My agent doesn't even listen to me. They're sending me homes with a pool in the backyard. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Why are they sending me this? I told them, and they get really pissed off about certain little things like that. So make sure that you understand what it is that they want. Would you like me to send you everything that's on the market within that price range and the criteria, or would you like me to make sure that you only get these? I don't want to waste your time.
Right.
But sometimes they'll say, send me everything.
Yeah.
Because they want to know,
They're not quite sure what they want.
Yeah.
Kind of narrowing it down.
yeah.
But if they wanted they wanted Lake Forest and then they decide, no, I don't want Lake Forest, it's too far and blah, blah, blah. Can you go in and edit and delete certain?
Yes, you can change the city and I would just change the city.
Okay, so you go in there and just.
Yeah,
delete
so
that.
you want to edit a search. That's okay. Let's go in. So we're gonna go to My Matrix. We're gonna go to auto emails, right? Because it's set up. And we're gonna go to, wait, I don't have any auto email saved. So let's say you had an auto email saved,
Okay.
and it's gonna look like saved searches. And then you're gonna go to the email and click on criteria. And then you're just gonna change it from Irvine to Lake Forest. But the only difference is here, in this search, I set a shape around the 405 freeway, so it won't work on this one. But if you didn't have a shape around the freeway,
Yeah.
you can just change the city.
Yeah.
And then save it,
Okay.
right?
Is it possible? I mean, do you ever do this where like you set this up, but you send it to yourself only, just so you can see it and sit
Yeah,
there?
you can do that.
You can do that
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Because maybe you don't want to. I don't know how much I trust the auto thing. I don't know how much is being sent or whatever, or what's being sent.
But I would send it to like an alternative email, so that way, for not the email that you use for this,
Okay.
but an alternative email, so that way you can log in as the consumer
Okay.
to see what they see.
Okay.
Just to give you an idea of what it is that they see.
Yeah. I want to be a little more personal about which ones I'm sending them, and not just have it like auto them. I mean, obviously, I don't know how it's going to affect this too much, right? So
Yeah.
I just want to see if that's an option.
Yeah, send it to yourself. That's a good idea. Send it to yourself just so you can see what they're gonna see.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just do that.
And then send just the email with the listings,
Yeah.
but also send yourself an auto email so you can see the difference on how they're sent.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so I guess we'll just end it with that.